So you're starting an LLC and you've probably seen the name Northwest Registered Agent pop up. They talk a big game about privacy and a no-nonsense approach. But, does the reality actually match the marketing? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all the noise. We're giving you a definitive review, and it's based strictly on hard data and real, actual user experiences. Okay, let's get into it.
Here's the plan. First, we'll get to know who Northwest is. Then we're popping the hood to see what you're really paying for. After that, we dive into the most important part, what actual customers are saying. We'll wrap all that up into a super clear pros and cons list, and then we'll finish with our final verdict on who this service is actually for.
All right, first things first, who exactly is this company?
Well, Northwest has been in the business formation game for a long time, since 1998. Their main thing is being your registered agent, the official point of contact for legal stuff. But they also form your LLC and help you stay on the right side of the law. What makes them different, though, is their whole model. Unlike a lot of competitors who farm out the work, they keep everything in-house with their own people in all 50 states. And that's a really key part of their promise for better privacy and support. Okay, so let's see how that in-house approach really translates to their features and pricing. We're going to break down exactly what you get for your money.
The pricing is honestly refreshingly simple. It's just a flat rate, $39 plus, of course, your mandatory state filing fees. There are no confusing tiers, no hidden packages you have to try and figure out. And if you look at what's actually jammed into that $39 fee, it's pretty impressive. You get a full year of their registered agent service, which on its own is usually over $100. You also get to use their address on public documents, a template for your operating agreement, some mail forwarding, and even a free year for a business domain. And this all boils down to their core philosophy, what they call privacy by default. See, they don't just say they protect your info. They build their entire service around it by using their address on your public filings from day one. This isn't some pricey add-on like you see with so many other services. It's just a fundamental part of the standard package. This table here illustrates that point perfectly. You'll see companies like Zen Business and LegalZoom screaming about a $0 formation fee. But then you look closer and whoops, they don't include the legally required registered agent service. Once you CAC on their fees, which can be $199, even $249, Northwest's upfront $39 often ends up being the more transparent and honestly more affordable option for that crucial first year.
In the process itself, just as straightforward. You pick your state, you put in your business details, you pick any optional add-ons, you pay, and you confirm. The whole sign-up can be done in about 10 minutes, and from there, their in-house corporate guides take it from there. Okay, so that's the company pitch, the shiny brochure version. But what actually happens after you click submit? We're now going to walk you through what real customers are reporting. The good, the bad, and the surprisingly inconsistent. The first thing you notice when you look at their reviews is just how polarized they are. On Trustpilot, a massive 54% of users give them a perfect 5-star rating. That's great. But on the other end of the spectrum, 36%, that's a huge number, give them just 1 star. There's almost no middle ground, which tells you that customers either have a fantastic experience or a truly terrible one. On the positive side, you see stories like this one from a Reddit user. They were quoted a 6-day turnaround, but Northwest filed it the same day. They had a fully registered company in less than 24 hours, and they didn't even pay for expedited service. This just shows that when their system is firing on all cylinders, it works incredibly well. But then, you have the complete opposite. This Trustpilot reviewer was still waiting nearly a month for a simple website landing page that was promised in 10 days, with spotty follow-up. And this really highlights a recurring theme we saw. A massive gap between the promised delivery time and the actual delivery time for some people. And this leads us to probably one of the most common complaints. And it's funny, because it stems directly from Northwest's biggest selling point, their privacy. That virtual business address they give you to keep your personal address off the record, it can create some major real-world headaches. I mean, here's a perfect example. One user said the documents they got had such low-resolution pixelated signatures that they looked fraudulent, and multiple banks flat out refused to open an account with them. Another user even said their personal bank of 10 years just laughed at the document. For a new business, that is a huge, huge roadblock. And the problem isn't just with banks. As this user points out, big platforms like Google My Business are cracking down hard on virtual addresses.
So this can totally prevent you from verifying your company and showing up in local search results, which for a lot of new businesses is absolutely critical. All right, we've laid out the company's promises and the messy reality reported by users. Let's bring it all together now into a clear, balanced scorecard. Okay, on the pro side, their whole commitment to privacy is baked right in. It's not an upsell. The pricing is simple, it's transparent, and they promise they will never sell your data. Their customer support is all handled in-house, and that included year of registered agent service is a huge value. But on the con side, user experiences show wildly inconsistent turnaround times. That virtual address, while it's great for privacy, can cause serious banking and verification headaches. The platform is missing some of the advanced automation you see with competitors. Users report problems with their add-on services. And yeah, while it's often cheaper overall, you do have to pay that $39 fee upfront. So, after weighing all the data and the user feedback, what is the bottom line? Let's deliver a final takeaway on who this service is truly best suited for.
Let's just cut to the chase here. Is Northwest Registered Agent the right choice for your business? Based on everything we've looked at, Northwest is an ideal fit for entrepreneurs who put the highest possible value on privacy. Period. If you want your home address protected no matter what, and you really appreciate simple, flat-rate pricing without being constantly bombarded with upsells, then this service is basically designed for you. It's also a great choice if you'd rather talk to a real, knowledgeable human than deal with automated systems. However, and this is a big however, it might not be for you if you're on an absolutely shoestring budget and you really need that $0 upfront cost. If your business plan depends on hitting the ground running immediately, the risk of those inconsistent turnaround times could be a deal breaker. And most importantly, if you know for a fact you'll need a rock-solid address for banking or online verification, the issues people have reported should give you some serious pause. So our final verdict is this: Northwest Registered Agent is a strong choice for the privacy-focused entrepreneur. Its core promise is compelling for sure, but the huge difference in user-reported execution, from lightning-fast service to major delays and document problems, means it's a service that just might not suit everyone's needs or, frankly, their tolerance for risk. And that leaves us with the final question, the one you really need to ask yourself. For your new business, is the absolute protection of your personal information worth the potential risk of operational headaches and delays? The answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know about whether Northwest is right for you.